Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. Now I have been tasked with cleaning this Xbox Series X. It's my brother-in-law's. He said it's actually overheating quite a lot. It's got a lot of dust and grime in it, and he asked if I could make a video and clean it. So here we are. Never done one of these before. That's not a problem, obviously, because yeah, it's quite easy. So let's just open it up, take a look inside, see how much dust there is. Let's give it a proper clean out and make sure it works properly. So if we remove this sticker down here, I know there's another sticker here, another screw underneath here. Just got to take sticker up first. So I like to take sticker up without damaging it. Sure I can get one of my bits underneath here and do it. Here we go. Don't like damaging stickers if I can help it. I take it that's the warranty. By the way, this Xbox does work perfectly fine. I know, and it's interested me to do it.
Let's try again.
Right, so you've got two screws here. I believe it's a T8 if I'm not mistaken. Oh, and recently it was my birthday and I was privileged enough to get given a iFixit toolkit, as you can see. So yeah, here's to many happy repairs with this lovely toolkit. I must admit I am very impressed with the quality of the toolkit, and I would recommend it to others to buy one. I can already see the dust starting to form. Right, so as we can see inside here, there's a lot of dust. See down here, the fan. So I'm gonna take the fan out as well.
And put this lovely piece of cover over that. Now they say, like, you've got a little connector here. Be very careful how you lift this up. I'm going to try these tweezers, but I think I'm going to actually need a bigger boy to pull this out.
There we go. Right, now let's lift the fan out. There's quite a lot of dust in here, so we need to clean that. Right. I want to remove the bottom plate as well. Okay, so little thing out here, you pull this forward, lift it, turn it, and the bottom little foot thing comes off. Put that over here. Right, now we've got to remove the disk drive and to remove the main center console. So there's some screws here.
Right. so
that's also going to need a clean, put it over there because it's parts clean. This drive looks like it's going to need a real big clean as well. Okay, cables. We can slide the disk drive out, which is also caked in dust. Right. Put this drive over there. Now we remove these ribbons. Okay, little connectors hold them in place. Okay, so I removed the two ribbon cables. Now this should literally make sure this is disconnected from here, because otherwise I'll be pulling off this ribbon cable. So we bend this one back a little bit, bend this one back, and we can lift out the whole center chassis of the Xbox. This will need cleaning as well on the inside. We can do that with a bit of canned air or other bits and pieces. Right, we're going to put that box to one side for a second. Now if you look here, this fan is completely caked, it's completely restricted through the airflow and that, so I'm going to give it quite a nice little clean off and make sure everything else is done properly. Okay, so I'm going to move this main chassis away from the main assembly, just to clean underneath here, so I can take the power supply off as well to clean it properly.
So 1, 2, 3. 3 more screws to remove.
Right, now this should now lift off here. A puerto. Right, okay, cool. Now we've got to undo this ribbon, which is another little plastic. They love their plastic clips, Xbox at the moment, is that? And if I'm correct, pull this one up. Here's mon ami. So that one, lift this back, reveals another little plastic clip down here, which I'm also going to do to hold. But just makes it easier to lift these up now. It's got a load of dust inside as well. I'll blow that out of an air compressor in a minute. Right, now honestly, looking here, and this seems to be all nice and clean, which is a bonus. So I am hoping it's literally just a case of cleaning all this over, cleaning the air fins up underneath, and then clean the rest up and then putting it all back together. Right guys, so what I've got to do now is remove all this, because this will seriously make your Xbox run bad, if I'm completely honest. Now, nice little carpet there of dust. Lovely little carpet of dust. I am so covered in dust at the moment, it's incredible. But still. Right, so I'm removing the top board, and remove the little panel as well, and place the thermal paste underneath.
That's it. These boards are very fragile, so. This has been a little bit folded over, but it's fine to me. I think now I've got to lift this off ever so carefully. I know people do this. Seems to be. Click, click. click, click. Need to lift that one up there, that one up there.
See, if you lift up these little tabs here, it actually makes it easier to lift these off. Just have to do it carefully. There you go, and all you do is just bend these back in slightly to go back on afterwards. Now, as removing any processor clamp, do it in sequence, 3-4 turns at a time as you're lifting it off. That's how I would recommend you do it, and that's how I've always done it. Right, it took me some time to get off, but my god, there is little to no thermal paste on this CPU. Right, I mean like none. Look, there's nothing. So I'm going to clean all this area up, clean up around the heatsink, and then put it all back together. But at the moment, there is hardly any on this at all. Right, I'm going to clean all this off. Try and get some off around the chips as well. But this is really and clean off around the block as well. Plastic tool went flying. Just going to try and scrape some of this off. I don't call me. Now I'm not going to clean too much from around the chips because that's not the major problem here. I'm going to put thermal paste on the chip itself, spread it around a little bit. Now I'm going to apply it evenly. Now normally if this was a CPU or a PC I wouldn't actually do this, but I want to just make sure it's covered completely, the CPU. It's beautifully applied there. Now let's get this baby back together. Right, now the same when you're putting this arm back on, as I was saying before, make sure you do the screws evenly. So 3 turns on one screw, 3 turns on the other, 3 turns on one, because otherwise all you're going to do is cause it not to sit down properly. So lock one screw in with 1 turn, second screw in with 2nd turn, third screw in with 3rd turn, and a full screw in for 4th turn. Turn these 2 slightly by hand first, and then these 2 slightly by hand.
Now,
make sure your little pins are bent back in. As you can see, make sure nothing's left unscathed. And there you go, you'll hear them click down and sit nicely into place. Like so. Right, now we've got to put the other top piece back on. make sure it's all sitting properly, which it is. And now let's put the board back on and everything else. I'm going to tell it by this way just to make it a little bit easier for me, because I've got a schematic how I took it apart.
Cable's clipped in.
Right, so that's all that put back on. Those screws there, those screws there. And then put the power supply back on and clip it into place. All the cables and everything else. As you can see, I've cleaned all the power supply up nicely. No more dust on it, no more nothing. So sit that down over its guiding holes. Right, now we put this one on. Same again with the guide and little holes. This piece goes back. Close that over a second. Right, now you want two of these screws, the longer screws, one goes up there. Let's screw that one into place. These have to be screwed in properly. And the other one goes literally down in there. That one into place. That's good. Right, that's those ones in there. Let's put it like this. Make sure that one's tight as well. Right, now we got this little piece here, which sits on like that. That screws down into place like that. There's a few screws left, obviously. The two 13.1s. They hold the back of this here. Like so. And this one in here like so. Long one. Locks down into there. Right, now we've got to put on a little board here. Pretty simple.
One. Try and move my camera right. Two. And number 3.
Right, there's those on there. Those screws here, these are for the fan. That is your SATA cable and your power cable for the disk drive. What I think we got to do now is the long cable thingamajig. So this one goes over here, and there's a little clip there which it sits into, like so. Then it goes round like so, sits into a couple of little clamp holes onto the thing. Goes like that, and then goes like that. So just make sure that's sitting in properly. Yep, all nice and clean. Nice and clean, ready to go back together. Right, there's a little clip hole there, don't forget where it sits into as well. Right, now we've got to get the box and put everything back in. Right, so I've put this back in, put the clips back on. Now it's just to reseat the fan, the disk drive and the back bottom plate thingamajig. As you can see, I have scrubbed this fan compared to what it was back and front. Right, so the fan's back in its place, cable plugged in. Screwing the fanio back into place. 3 screws, one in the middle, 2 at either end. Right, so that's the disk drive back into place. There and there. Let's screw this back down. Oh, so excited, getting to the end. We don't know if it's going to work. No, right, I didn't say that, John. I'm joking, right. The screws at the back, Make sure we get these in. That is to stop the disk drive vibrating around. Now there are 3 screws at the bottom. One. Two Paddy Maloo, and 3. Right, now everything's there. Now I believe I've just got to put the back cover on, and we're tickety boo. So actually, what did we forget here? I've been blind, I'm sorry. Clip that back into place. These 2 clips push in, goes down. Screw in here and screw in here. Stick it back down. So I don't like to ruin stickers, but hey. Right, so that's the fridge put back together. I'm going to give it a clean up outside, connect up to TV, and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so I've got control plugged in, Xbox plugged in. Let's turn it on. The magic beep, ding. Right, let's just make sure it comes up on the screen. Oh, it's gone back to my PC. I just change that, HDMI 2. And there she is, completely running. Right guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned some stuff. If you did, great, like and subscribe as always, and so I should be making some more videos going forward and having them put them up online. Okay, like it said, guys, thanks very much for watching. Like and subscribe. Catch you next time.